Hello
Hello
there.
there. That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Welcome back to the Ahsoka Chronicles. Once again, it's such an honor to be doing this with this fantastic crew. So let me introduce them quickly. We have our editor-in-chief and writer, Brandy.
Hello.
The other fantastic editor and writer, Tom.
What up?
And our writer and Ahsoka expert, Steph.
Hey.
And me, the leader of the Blue Booty Church. Writer,
Booty cult.
content creator. Yeah, that's it. That's me. That's Lily K. Hello. We are so excited because obviously episode 3 is out. We watched it and we are here with fresh minds, completely awake, not tired at all. Why would we? That's not even an option.
Time is an illusion.
Yeah, that's it. But first, we're gonna do a quick recap of the episode without any spoilers. So, if you haven't seen it yet, this is a safe place for you. And then we're gonna get into spoilers because that's fun and we like to do that. Let's see what everyone thought about episode 3. Let's start with Steph.
Beautiful. Lots of new things popping in that I was looking forward to seeing. That's awesome. I like that the focus now is a little bit more narrow than we had in the first 2 episodes. We're now on our core characters and the core struggle. It felt like a little bit of a bridge, like this short episode that just kind of bridges 2 endpoints. So
All right. Yes. Brandy.
It's too short. It's so short.
Too short.
It like the screen came up and I'm like, wait, that's it? I need more. I need to know more.
Mhm.
So I don't like waiting. Now I'm just waiting for next week.
Yeah.
And it's depressing because I need to know what happens. I'm kind of with stuff. Like it feels like a bridge to something else. Like something's about to happen. Some shit is about to hit the fan and I'm pretty excited. I'm
Yes.
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I mean that there should be something happening. There's only 5 episodes left, so like it's a bit worrying.
We need something to happen.
Tom, what did you think?
I thought it was enjoyable enough. Still thought, I agree that it was a bit short, but coming off 2 episodes, premiere, that was always going to happen. Yeah, I'm still worried that they're just not going to fit all of it in the 8 episodes because they've taken downtime when there doesn't need to be downtime. Yeah, and overall, I enjoyed it enough, but I am still cautiously optimistic.
I think that's completely fair. I am starting to feel that tingle in my brain where I'm becoming salty. It's a thing. It's a thing. You can feel it, and it's like
The salt tickle? Is that a thing? Salt tickle.
that's salt tickle.
Yeah,
Salt tickle.
The
okay.
Lily sense.
The Lily sense. Yeah,
It's the Lily
tingle.
salt tickle. Salt tickle.
When I saw the episode, because obviously on Disney Plus it comes up and you can see all 3 of them. And first one is like 54 minutes. The second one is 47 minutes. And then third one, 37. That is like without the end credits and the intro. So in reality, it's like 30 minutes. And I'm like, why are we getting shorter when we have an 8 episode run? And we still don't have the Blue Booty, which is just outrageous. I'm just gonna put it out there. Very upsetting. I understand that we need to get to places and Ahsoka and Sabine needs to find things in order to get to the main point. But I'm like, this felt like not a filler because I wouldn't say that, but it felt like, kind of this could have been done in like in a bigger episode and be part of a bigger episode. The fact that they cut it off, as Ray Stevenson's character says that, find the Jedis, and I'm like, but why aren't we finding them now? Why? That's
Right.
like are we gonna do like episode 4 is just them running around in the forest? Because I feel like that's gonna happen. Like episode 4 is gonna be like them running around in the forest, searching for Ahsoka and Sabine, and I'm like, this why would you take it apart like that? I don't get it, but oh well. It's the salt. It's the salt. It's very exhausting to be salty. But it's a thing. We are entering the spoiler territory. So if you haven't watched the episode, then I highly recommend you stop this now and then watch the
pause.
episode, and then come back and watch us because we are very fun
Mhm.
and very knowledgeable and not idiots at all. So I'm like,
Oh, totally not. Totally
Yeah.
not.
no,
Yeah.
not at all. What are you talking about, Tom?
I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know.
I don't know. So let's get into the episode breakdown with spoilers. We got a training scene with our lovely Sabine and Ahsoka, which I thought was great and
Yeah.
fun and showed new sides to both of the characters. What did you all think? Like, just as a consensus, did we like that scene, or was it a bit like weird, or what did we think? It wasn't weird, but I'm like, just questions.
There was a bit of an
Questions.
Obi-Wan scene, like Obi-Wan and Luke,
No,
the-
in fact, the exact quote from Luke
Exactly.
from A New
Yeah.
Hope.
I can't see
Yeah.
anything. I liked the fact that it was very Asian type fighting, like, whether it's, I don't know what kind of fighting it was, but it just seemed very reminiscent of that. And that was
Mhm.
very, very interesting to me. But yeah, I mean, I think it was good. I think it gave me some view into Sabine and into Ahsoka's training style. Like, Sabine is obviously very like headstrong, very angry, very, she does not have it in her, I don't think, to be the Jedi, the
Mhm.
chill Ahsoka, thoughtful Jedi. She's just angry and I'm gonna bash everything, which is okay too. I like that.
I have to say, it reminded me a little bit of when Rex was training Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Tales of the Jedi.
yeah.
Well, Rex and the clones.
Yeah.
Tom?
I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I enjoyed seeing like training and all that stuff. But then I kept getting the feeling like this is, again, too much focus on Sabine. And I
Mhm.
understand why they need to do it. But then it felt like, oh, so Sabine is the main character and Ahsoka's just the wise master. Sort of like, I've kind of got that trope across. But that could have just been me and everything. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
I think Tom has some salt tickle a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
No,
it's getting to you.
It's infecting. You join the Church of the Blue Booty, you just become salty.
Yeah. I felt like it was definitely more Ahsoka focused, like, the whole episode, I mean,
Yeah.
not just specifically this scene. But yeah, I do get it, like, we're getting a new dynamic for Ahsoka as well, because obviously she used to be the Padawan, she used to be, the newbie, the free-willed little shit.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
You mean
Yeah.
Snips?
The angry, stubborn.
Teenager.
Well, if you had to ride around with Hu Yang, you'd have to be doing some type of meditation to take your mind off of his sarcasm.
I mean,
True.
that was the best part, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I think David Tennant just loves this so
Yeah.
much.
He's like, Sabine is shit, and I'm gonna keep telling her she's shit.
I'm the worst candidate to be a Jedi out of every Jedi he's ever known.
You told her that?
It's true.
Sorry. It's
Not
the
sorry.
truth.
I don't think he's sorry, to be honest. He's
No.
like, it's just, I'm just stating facts, and that's it.
Worst Padawan ever.
Yes, because she's a Mandalorian. Let's leave her like that, please. Thank you. I'm still there.
Yeah.
I still don't like the whole Sabine is going to be a Jedi kind of.
I do love the scene with the cup though. Like, she's trying to like peeking at it like it's gonna do something. Like,
Yeah.
that made
Yeah.
me laugh because I was like, the one eye open.
That reminded me of Ezra, actually, when Chopper lifted the bowl to make
Yeah.
fun of Ezra for not being able to lift it on his own with the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Freaking
was like,
Chopper.
I was just waiting for something to happen where she
Mm.
Yeah.
would be fooled into thinking.
Yeah, the ship moves a little bit and it wiggles,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I do like the fact that they are not trying to pull another, Sabine is secretly very good with the Force and she's this
Mm.
master Jedi immediately, because I would be like, fuck off everyone. Like,
Yeah, no,
We all-
she's
Yeah.
shit.
she's shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
As she should be. Like, it's a completely new thing for her. I still don't understand why Ahsoka decided that, yeah, this is a good idea. I know that we had Sabine training scenes in Rebels, but
Mhm.
that was different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. And here we are fully going on and doing this whole, Sabine can be a Jedi too. No, she's a Mandalorian. Let's leave her like that, please. Thank you very much.
Well,
it-
Ahsoka even says, like, I don't expect her to be a Jedi.
True. I did like
Mhm.
that sentence.
So
I was
there
like,
is
okay.
something that Ahsoka sees in her. I just
Mhm.
don't know what it is yet.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah, I
Fair
was
point.
going to bring that up as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
true indeed.
Tom.
No, that's fine. You just got to first. It's all good.
Just shut up, Tom.
Yeah, it's fucking loser. Shut up.
And then we get the Hera scene, which is kind of the only Hera scene in here, other
Mhm.
than the hologram. So let's get right into that. I will quickly say that I really like that they are consistent with how fucked the New Republic is, because if you
Mm.
remember in The Mandalorian season 3, we already had a look into them, and it's the same fuckery.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same, like, the Imperials are gone. We don't
Yeah.
see anything.
Blinders.
Ding, 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 ding,
Blinders.
blinders.
nothing.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Imperials? We're done with them. That's the same thing. So I love
Yeah.
that. And I'm gonna ask Steph first. What did you think of that scene?
I have to bring up the tie-in
Mhm.
with Star Wars Resistance on this one. So even those of us who are deep into the animated series would often have let this one slide because it's in the sequel era.
Mhm.
Star Wars Resistance. It was what, 2 seasons, I think. The main character in that, Kaz, the senator that's standing there next to Mon Mothma that's pushing back so much, that's his father. Now, Kaz isn't born yet, but yeah, Senator Ziono, I think is how it's pronounced.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that was a really nice way to kind of tie that later series back into this like current time. But yeah, he was being an asshole. I was like,
Yeah.
come on, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a tiny
Wow.
bit of an asshole. Just
Just a little bit.
teeny tiny bit. Tom, what
Yeah.
did you think of the scene?
I agree. I think it's cool that we keep seeing the New Republic being complete and utter dumb fucks.
Yes.
Because it explains how some sort of massive evil empire replacement can actually do anything. I did like seeing Mon Mothma and how she was also like Hera was just like, these fucking cunts. Like, fuck me.
She was with
Right.
us.
Yeah, she was like, okay, Hera, we're gonna just pitch it to me. I already believe you. And then she's like, you just gotta make everyone else. And then they didn't. She was like, ugh. I do hope that most of the senators do bite it because they are dicks and I don't like them.
Maybe Chopper will get one of them.
I mean, he's there. He could just be like, okay, move ship into planet. I haven't seen Resistance because I forgot it existed.
Same. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the same. I was like, yeah,
I
oh yeah,
remember-
that was a thing.
I remember seeing it like an ad for. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then when I go Disney Plus, I'm like, oh, I should watch that at some point. And then it's just
It's good. It was not great. It wasn't the blow you away kind
It's
of
not Clone Wars great.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I thought it was entertaining.
I do like when Hera is talking about like, hey, guys, Thrawn's not dead. The emotion she's having, not just because she knows Ezra could possibly be alive as well, and there's hope there, but also because Kanan,
And all the pilots she flew with, she was the only survivor of that
Yeah.
group that even went in that time.
I
Oh,
could just see the emotion in her eyes. Like, you didn't fight against this fucker. Like, you have no idea what he's capable of. I do.
It looked like that Mon Mothma was like
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
genuinely terrified by the
Yeah.
idea that
She
Thrawn is.
knows.
Yeah,
she knows.
100% Mon Mother knows.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay. At least we have one reasonable person in there.
Right.
So.
The others
Yeah.
have no clue. Like, they don't know what they're dealing with.
No, they are like,
she
we're
does.
done. We're done.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
defeated
Right.
the Empire. That's
Yeah.
there's nothing to worry about. Like, it's so good. Like, literally, even the way they were talking, it was like, good. It's fine. It's okay. Like, shut up, fuck off, leave us alone. Like, this is a new peaceful era, and you should just.
Maybe they were also Imperials because they were
Ooh.
Imperial Senate.
Okay,
So it
yeah. I mean,
So like
obviously.
they could be like, shut up, you crazy kid.
Hail to the Empire.
Fuck these cunts.
Thrawn's back. Sweet.
Where is he though?
We can't wait for the Blue Beauty to return, but we don't want to do anything about it.
No. That's not how it works. Bring him back. Bring him finally. Just like that's 5 episodes left. Dave Filoni, 5 episodes.
Episode 8.
Yeah.
Brandy,
The
shut
back
up.
of his head.
The
Shut
one
up.
shot from the trailer.
I'm
That's
calling
it.
7.
Black
episode
screen.
7.
Fuck off. Fuck off, all of you. Fuck off. We got a scene after this whole Senate bullshit, and I will let Steph share what happened in there because she's been hyping it up since day one.
We saw Jacen Syndulla. I was so happy with Chopper, which
I know.
is so
I saw him running down.
appropriate.
I'm like, oh, Steph's gonna be happy.
It's like Hera's kids right here, Chopper, Jacen.
Chopper is the babysitter. I don't know how that works out.
And I'm sure it'll be fine and not create another mass murderer.
No. Why would that happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why'd you even think that?
Yeah, I don't know. Shut up, Tom.
Fuck off, Lily.
Also, for those that might remember the old Legends lore, Jacen, spelled Jacen, which is how it's spelled here, was the name of one of the Solo twins in the old Legends novels back in the 90s. So it was Jacen and Jaina Solo were the twins that were born from Han and Leia, and the name is being reused kind of as a tribute to that.
Nice. I did not know that. Oh, that's nice. We get into action after this scene, obviously. And I will boldly say that I think it's one of the best fight scenes that we got between spaceships lately. Like I was genuinely enjoying it. Like, oh, okay. Learning how they have to work together to be able to, get away or even defeat them. I was like very satisfied with that scene. Very beautifully done. I will ask now Tom first. What did you think about the whole sequence of them fighting? It's spaceship.
In the spaceship.
Yeah.
I agree. It was definitely probably one of the better like ship to ship combat things they've done for Disney Plus. I'm still thinking it's probably close to what happened in Andor with Luthen, where he had to like take away from that spaceship and had like the dual lasers. That was cool. But no, I really, really liked the new ships like Shin Haiti and Marrok flew because they sounded dope as all hell. Like basically Harley Davidsons in space. And one thing that also caught me was like the blaster sounds just reminded me of the Jack series from PlayStation. I was like, this is not intentional, but I like it a lot.
It might be intentional.
It could. But also I was thinking the entire time, every time they zoomed in on Marrok's face, I'm like, oh, they're gonna eighth brother this fucker, aren't they? They're just gonna blow him up unceremoniously and not reveal whoever it is. He was just fodder. Especially
No.
We haven't got those scenes from the trailer yet.
See, like, I thought that, but then I'm like, wouldn't be the first time Disney tricked us with trailers.
True.
They can't do that anymore. There's a law for that. They can't do that. Like there's literally a law came out that you cannot mislead the audience with the trailer. So everything they are now putting in the trailers has to be in the movie or series that comes out. So yeah, that's a new thing. I was so satisfied with that because Marvel kept doing it. Star Wars kept doing it. Everyone kept doing it. They just misled us with things that were put in the trailer and never ended up in the movie or it was different or whatever. And they can no longer do that. They can no longer fool us.
That's good.
More you know again. yes, I did enjoy the spaceships, and I liked how they went pew pew, and
Pew
Ahsoka
pew.
flipping up and cutting one with lightsabers outside. It's just like
Yes.
Oh,
that was
yes.
such an Anakin move.
I'm sorry, but it reminded me of Vader flying in on the freaking TIE fighter, standing on the
Mhm.
freaking TIE fighter.
True.
I'm like,
True.
oh,
That's still
she
Anakin.
is
True.
her master's Padawan.
I will say this though. I think they kind of missed an opportunity here before the whole fight scene starts, and Ahsoka is like, they just zoom in on her face, and you can see her. It's right after she finishes the training with Sabine, and they are talking with Huyang, and she's saying that great sentence that I don't want her to be a Jedi, blah blah blah, and they zoom in on her. As Huyang says, like she's very reckless or whatever he says, and I think there was a potential there for a flashback for
Mhm.
Ahsoka to like remember, because I really thought, because they were
Mhm.
zooming in on her. I
Yeah.
was really thinking like, oh, are we gonna get the first Anakin scene? Like, just a flashback of them being something. No, they just cut off because they are like, Ahsoka wasn't better. To be fair, she was more force sensitive, but she was all over the place when she started her training. So I was like,
Mhm.
you could have done something here.
Maybe in like a 45-minute episode.
There's the salt explosion.
Salt
Sorry,
tickle.
sorry. It's all built up in the system. It's all good. Brandy, what did you think of this fantastic scene?
I thought it was pretty phenomenal. I like the fact that their spaceships look like planes. So it was like planes flying in space. I thought it was a great scene. I enjoyed Ahsoka's like little flips she was doing in space, and I'm like, ooh, space Ahsoka. That was fun.
Space Soka.
Space
There you
space
go.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Ahsoka. Fun times. Fun
Yeah,
times.
I just like her like flying by, like, okay, come get me. You know?
If you can.
Like, we're good.
Yeah. No stress if you can't.
get
Just
me.
like it would really help. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yay.
Done deal. Steph, what did you think?
Ahsoka put that suit on really fast. Wow. That was
But you
impressive.
heard the grunts in the background, so I enjoyed that at least. Like, jeez, like
Did
it was
you?
a
I
30-minute episode.
Yeah. I liked the approach to the hyperspace ring and Huyang constantly saying to get closer.
Mm-hmm.
That was some good humors there.
Needed to get
Like,
the
are you
readings.
freaking kidding me?
And then we get the fantastic scene, second in live action, because we already saw them in The Mandalorian through the baby. I'm just gonna show the baby. Because the
The
baby,
baby.
yeah.
It's the baby.
It's a baby.
The baby.
The baby.
Oh my god, I love the baby.
I love the baby too. Stop it, Tom. We finally saw the Purrgils in live action, up close and personal.
Looks
Let's
so
be
good.
honest. So I'm gonna go to Steph again.
I was so pleased. I mean, the translation to me was spot on. There was nothing about them I thought was jarring to see in live action. Sometimes when something comes off the drawing and onto the live action, something about it just takes you out of it. And this one, it just felt immersed into that environment. It looked like the Purrgil that was on that planet, going through the gas and getting fueled up for their next trip.
They are very scary up close. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yes.
Fucking terrifying. Because yeah, like if you see giant floating whales in space with tentacles, you're not going to be like, oh, he's just a little guy. He's a friend. You're going to be like, oh my god, am I going to get eaten?
I
Oh my
want
I
to
was
god.
let
waiting for a
him.
tentacle to come slapping ships
Which-
around. Or
That's
something.
where
That's what I was
where
waiting for as well.
That's where I thought Marrok was going to die. For a second there, when they're flying through, it was silent. I'm like, oh, once it's going to be like, "Mrrr." That's what I thought was going to happen.
He was
Well, well-
actually really looking at them. Like
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, that's what I
like
wanted
they
to
did a
point out as
close up
well.
of his face, and he's just like, he was really looking at them.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like my former best friends. because it's Ezra.
Mhm.
That's right.
Let's talk about Marrok now. I think the time has come to mention a few things that happened between the 2-episode premiere and now. I will say that my theory is catching on with people a tiny bit, a lot, because Sam Witwer is listed in the end credits. He was listed today as well. I checked. So, people are like, are we gonna get
No.
Sam Witwer in live action finally? And I want to be on that ship so badly because
We
he
need it.
deserves it. He
But-
fucking deserves it. Even if it's not the Starkiller reveal that we're waiting for,
Oh,
and he's just playing like an Inquisitor or whatever, I'm just gonna be happy because he's in there as himself, not just a voice, not just a stormtrooper, because he did that as well.
Mhm.
But as Sam Witwer playing like
Yeah.
someone big, because I don't think they're gonna waste Marrok. I'm just gonna put it out there. I feel like that the fact that he's like always there but kind of in the background and wherever, I don't think they're gonna pull a foot you bitch and just get rid of him. I really hope so. But
They're
at
showing
the
him too
same-
much. Yeah.
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 At the same time,
Mm.
I'm still on the same little theory that Tom created the last time we were here, that it's Ezra.
Mm.
I have to say,
I was right.
I'm still there because word between words, but that the whole thing that we talked about, it's just why the fuck not? It could
It's
be
too
him.
perfect.
Too perfect.
I don't know if it's the right time to refute that in any way. But if he's a Force user, there's a signature he would have in the Force, and any other Force users would recognize that, right? So I would think Ahsoka would have recognized it if that was the case.
But his entire body is covered. And remember, with Darth Vader, it was only very faint, but that's also because Anakin was so strong. So it
Yeah.
could be the mask and suit, like, sort of restrict it. And then because Ahsoka's not looking for it as well, that could be a counter to that. But you are right.
There was a theory that Vader's suit restricted him in such a way that the Emperor wasn't afraid of him because he was
Yeah.
afraid of Anakin.
Yeah.
But he's also bits and pieces of Anakin.
Yeah.
True.
So maybe
True.
he's only half Anakin in there.
I mean,
So maybe
yeah.
his force got out from his toe or something. I mean, I don't know.
He didn't have toes.
That
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the toe that was in the lava had his force sensitivity right there.
The toe.
That
Just the
Ahsoka
toe.
would have
okay,
that
I get what you're
Ahsoka
saying
would
now,
have recognized. She only
Gotcha.
recognized the toe
Gotcha. Nothing else, just the toe.
that was
So that's why she
lava.
couldn't recognize him to begin with. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that
What
part
if
of
he's
Anakin is gone.
If you think about it for a second, it makes sense.
The toe is gone. The force is gone. That's done. That's it. That's the sequence.
There's no more Anakin. It's all Darth.
He lost his pinky toe. Rest in peace, Anakin.
Rest in peace. I think with that, that would be my argument as well, that Ahsoka couldn't sense Anakin in Darth Vader, until their confrontation. So it can still be Ezra because he can hide it. That it's him. There's also that possibility that names. It's very early. In Jedi Survivor, what's the name of that fucking asshole?
The betrayer?
Yeah.
Bodhi?
What's his? Yeah,
Bode?
fucking asshole. I love you, you fucking cunt. How could you do that? I'm sorry, I burst. But he did it. Carl
True.
didn't sense him at all that he was a Force user.
I've got 3 sort of ideas of who it could be. Actually, 4. One, it's just a new character, just completely new, whatever.
Possible.
Possible. there is the Sam Witwer one, which I would absolutely fucking adore.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
just because his name appears in the credits, I don't think that's enough evidence. Because his name also appeared in the credits of Andor, and he was just a sand trooper. I would love that, but that's where I'm like, is it though? Then there's the Ezra one that after Steph saying like sensing, I'm like slightly less. Because I'm like, oh no, that does make sense. Yeah. But also everyone keeps saying Barriss from like Clone Wars.
Mm.
And I started thinking that this
I
time
don't think
because
it's female though.
but then
No,
the voice has been so heavily changed. Or
True.
something
that
so-
could,
so-
but that could be for Sam Witwer's character. That could be for
it
Ezra as
could,
well.
but like that, I think that leaves the door open so they can do any sort of gender,
Yeah.
alien, whatever. So
True.
it's like you don't know who the voice is, so it could be that. Yeah, that's sort of where my head is at for Marrok.
I just want to say that I like the fact that we don't know.
Yeah,
It's,
I like
that
that
it's
fact.
completely new. That it's a mystery.
That's why I really hope that they're not gonna
Kill
do
him.
a fooled you, bitch, and it's no one.
And he ends
Like-
up being allergic to explosions.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
That'd be very sad.
yeah, that would be like proper disappointment. But I don't think Dave Filoni is going to do that. Like, I still have trust in him. That's why I still have trust in the fact that it can be Sam Witwer coming to live action finally, properly
True.
this time.
are
Because
friends.
let's be fair, like they are friends, and Dave was the one who was like, "You're gonna be Darth Maul," and thank you for that, Dave Filoni, because he
Yes.
is. He's the best. Fucking greatest. The interview that they did with him on one of the podcasts I rent, that he just shows how he did the voice and how he transitioned into the Darth Maul voice, and I'm like,
Darth Maul from The Phantom Menace was voiced by Peter Serafinowicz, and he was very, at last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge. So I had to use that voice as the building block to create my Darth Maul, which has elements of both, but it goes in its own direction, you see.
every time it pops up, I just watch it because it's so phenomenal. It's like, yes, Sam Witwer, you're the best. You're the greatest.
Well, he's also the reason that Dave Filoni didn't quit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Thank you,
Can
Sam
be him.
Witwer.
thank you,
He's
Sam
the
Witwer.
best.
He's the best.
Does anybody know him? Let's get him on here.
I
I
met
really want to
him-
know him.
Yeah.
I met him.
Me
I met
too.
him once at Australia Comic Con one time. Got a photo with him. That's about it.
Oh,
Aw,
shut
Aw.
up.
Love it. That's so
Shut up.
good.
Yeah.
I need a
Thing
picture.
is, I would just kidnap him if he comes to Comic Con. I would be like, "You're coming with me, boy."
No, he was super nice. Yeah. I was the only
Good.
one who didn't have a jacket though, so I had to apologize for that.
So, Sam,
I-
what did you think of this episode?
I'm gonna be so distracted. Oh God, he's. Put it away.
think-
Put it away.
Think
Tom.
Sam? No, Sam is here. Hello, my name is Sam Witwer. What did you
That's
think of
not
the
how he
episode?
sounds. That's not how he
What
sounds
accent
at all.
is that?
Oh, let's talk.
I
Tom,
don't know. What?
shut up. Quick recommendation: Being Human, the American version with him.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
that is very good.
wonderful, very fucking good. He was the greatest thing in it. So I'm like, please watch it. It was great. It's only 4 seasons, and he's great. Anyway, back to Ahsoka. Bring it back. Let's
Topics.
bring it back.
Mhm.
Let's bring it
Yep.
back.
Yes.
There's just a tiny bit left from the end of the episode, and it's what we already mentioned previously. Ahsoka and Sabine land in the forest.
It's a pretty forest.
It is a very pretty forest. I'm going to agree. It very reminiscent because that was the first thing that came into mind with the red leaves and whatever to Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true.
So I was like,
Mm.
I see what you did there. If they would have been like white trees, then I would be like, okay, yeah, you did it. Never mind.
You steal.
You still, it's fine. Everyone does. So whatever.
fine.
But yeah, it's basically the closing scene of the episode of them finding out that yes, it is the hyperspace. Yes, hyperspace.
Yes.
Am I? Yeah, station that they are building, and that's it. That's the end. So what are the thoughts? Let's start with Steph again.
Well, right there at the end, it was a pleasure to hear Sabine say that the last time she had seen the Purrgil was when they were over Lothal. Just the look on her face was just wonderful. Like, yeah, I'm feeling it with you, girl.
Thought again, it was really interesting that like we had the theory that it was that the maps were to lead to the Purrgil. Jesus Christ, my
Migration.
brain just went. Yeah, the migration,
Actually.
and that's exactly like what they're talking about with the hyperspace. Like that's I guess that's what they're using to determine where Thrawn went was based on the
Mhm.
Purrgil. So our theory was correct.
One of them was.
Oh, shut up.
Tom, what did you think?
I think the forest is really pretty and cool looking, and I'm glad it's not a freaking desert because I'm sick of those. But yeah, I agree with you, Lee, like from the top that it felt like they cut an episode short. It could have been 45 minutes easily, where they just had like a
Easily.
small, like, even if they just started the chase. Because
Yeah.
I do feel like next episode is just gonna be like, oh, Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hu Yang in the wild, and it's like a Bear
Yeah.
Grylls sort of thing. It's like we need to get water. We got water now. Like that sort of stuff.
I think they cut it short because maybe something really big's about to happen. And they
But
did.
then-
They wanted to cut it there instead of.
Or they could have got halfway through to the big thing, had the big thing happen, and then that's your cliffhanger. I need all the cliffhangers that make me question my life and existence, please.
Are we really gonna just leave it there? Like, yeah, I guess we are.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, but not really. Like, again, easily, it could happen in 45 minutes. Is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, I figured from the title, Time to Fly, it's like, okay, they're not gonna show anything that happens on the ground, basically. And here we are.
Mhm.
Here we are.
Yeah.
They just landed. Don't forget the scene from the trailers where they are fighting in between these red trees,
Mhm.
basically. So I'm like, that I'm almost 100% sure that episode 4 is literally just going to be in that forest
Fighting in the
uh,
trees.
fighting. Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
say
that's it.
episodes 4 and 5. I'm gonna say both of them.
Oh fuck no.
I have a feeling episode 4 will be another shorter one, and it'll just be them surviving, and it will end with Ahsoka and at least Ahsoka getting to Balin, and episode 5 it'll be the fight.
If they do
I have-
that, this is. I'm sorry, but that's no.
It'd be very fucking annoying, but
It will
I
be,
wouldn't put it
yeah.
past them. I would have loved. It feels like for Star Wars they need to be 12 episode seasons,
At least, yeah.
because then you can have
Yeah.
like what again harping on what Andor did because it was really good.
Mm.
You have like your 3-episode arcs where you tell basically a mini story.
Yeah.
But then it just flows into the next one, so it feels a bit more organic how you can go from one to another to another.
Yeah.
Instead of what like my biggest gripe with Mandalorian and Boba Fett and now maybe Ahsoka is that it just feels like they're spinning the wheels. They're like, oh, we got this big thing coming, or you're gonna get excited, you're gonna get excited, and then they cock tease us at the end, and it's like, ha, you got 5 seconds.
I still don't want to believe that. Like,
I don't want to either, but with how the episode lengths are getting shorter and how like you can just see how easily they can do it, I'm just like, I don't trust you. You're gonna.
I think it has something to do with the bigger budget that they are getting now for even for series as well. Like, they have to shorten seasons because obviously CGIing 8 episodes is really fucking expensive and a lot of work. So I'm like, I'm sure that's a factor in there.
Oh yeah,
But
100%.
at the same time, I think that thankfully, because again, I wouldn't call this episode the filler episode because obviously they had to get here, and I'm glad that at least that happened, that they caught up with them in episode 3, because I was very afraid that they're just gonna push it to episode 4. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh my god, why are we doing the training scene? Are we even gonna get there? But thankfully we did. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
at least. So we're on the path. I don't think they're gonna do filler episodes. I would say that the only filler that they will do is probably going to be either flashbacks for Ahsoka or whatever. But that once again, those are important to her character because this is about Ahsoka. So I'm like, please. But at the same time, yeah, it's just it feels like if the next episode is not at least 45 minutes long, I'm gonna start worrying because then we're literally at the halfway point.
And we haven't seen the Blue Booty.
No, which is outrageous and incredibly disappointing because I want my boy.
It's an affront to both man and God.
Yeah, exactly. Very strong. Bring him in, please. Anyway, we're gonna jump and ask our household Star Wars fan, Mr. Drew, to talk about the episode. Last time we got, cut short. I don't know what happened there. It was like some kind of static problem or whatever. But hopefully today he can tell us what he thought about episode 3. So let's bring in Drew.
Hey guys, calling in here. It's late. We just finished the episode. I'm gonna be quiet so I don't wake the rest of the family. But oh my God, Ahsoka! How about that? Listen. I had to go down to the basement, so my internet is a little choppy. Okay, so if I mean that's all there is. I don't know with these short run times if we're gonna get to the nuts and. There's a lot of shit better go down. That's all I'm saying. I need that shit better. I don't know what show this is. I think my internet's breaking up.
Well, there goes Drew's crappy internet again.
All right, so now that Drew is done, he talks so much. Let's get into.
he gasbags so much.
It's just so good.
It's
let's
crazy.
get into episode rating. Let's rate this episode. We're gonna start with Steph again. Steph, how did you rate this episode? Tell us.
I'm gonna give it about a 7.5. Not quite an 8. Like the 8 that I had for episodes 1 and 2, where it was, well deserved. I could have pushed it a little higher maybe, but this was slow burn. Lots of great moments and stuff. But yeah, because it was just a bridge without any like one major moment in it, I was just kind of like, okay, we're getting there. So I would say 7.
Yeah, okay. That sounds very fair, to be honest. Tom, how did you rate this episode?
Yeah, I'd go 7 because I gave the opening 7.5. But
Yeah.
I agree that this one again was a bit slower, but I was expecting that. And there was enough that I enjoyed, like with the spaceships and the fighting scenes and some of the smaller details. But yeah, I agree. I think my opinion can change on it depending on the next episode. But yeah, I think for now, 7-ish around that mark.
Yeah. Fair. Again, completely fair. Brandy?
I'm still gonna give it an 8 because space battles. So.
True.
Pew, pew, pew. And we got a lot of like feels between Ahsoka and Sabine, like, and it, I don't know, just the fact that it kind of went back to like the old original series with the training. I was like, that gave me some goosebumps and some feels, and we got Purrgils.
True.
So it's an 8 for me. Purrgils.
Okay.
Hug the space wars.
You make a good point.
I will stick with the 7 for now. Again, it can change depending on what's to come. But yeah, it was a very good episode. Like, it was very entertaining and whatever. But I just can't help think that we only have 5 episodes left. And, it feels like that we shouldn't be stretching out things this much. While I do enjoy it, but I think it would fit better into like, maybe a 12 episode run. Where I would say like, okay, there's, we don't have to rush basically. I'm not going to say that they have to rush with it because I like how they are building up to the moment when Throne is going to return. But at the same time, I'm like, 5 episodes, guys.
Pick up the pace.
That's it. Or make longer episodes,
Well,
and then I will understand.
if you remember the last season of the Clone Wars, so much happened in 4 episodes at the end.
Yeah.
It was just packed, and so I'm hoping that's what we'll see here. Is that
True.
everything is just really just packed in.
But I think Clone Wars, I was going to say, Clone Wars has the benefit of having 7 seasons behind that. So it
Yeah.
had all the build up, so
True.
you could do those 4 episodes with barely any context and be like, this is it.
But
Mm.
this is a continuation of that.
True.
And we have the original series, we have Clone Wars, we have all the other movies, we have Mandalorian, we have Boba Fett, we
Rebels.
have Rebels, everything behind this. So we already have a lot of story.
Yeah,
Sure.
they don't have to introduce characters again
Right.
because we know Ahsoka, we know Sabine, we know everyone. So
So it
that's
can
like
move a
order benefit.
little faster.
Still, yeah. I'm
Technically.
still technically we can still go a bit. That's why I'm like, do we really need it that Sabine is now training to be a Jedi thing?
But she's
Because
shit.
it's another it's another
I'm
I
sorry,
will
I'm
say,
always
though,
gonna go
I'm-
by that.
I mean that whole scene was like a slower pace, the training scene, but at the same time, I think it was the right pace. And I say that because so many times we've seen like Rey learning her craft from Luke Skywalker, and it's like, oh, we see these short little scenes, and oh, she learned that much in that little time, and everyone's mind is like, yeah, you didn't show enough. And now it's reversed. Now we're slowing it down a little bit and seeing a little bit of a build up to something, I think.
Sure.
That's obviously, and that's good.
Yeah.
Like, definitely give the proper training to the big Jedis you're gonna introduce. But I just don't
Mhm.
I just don't think that she should be a Jedi. Like she was a perfectly great and fine Mandalorian. So I'm like,
I don't think she's gonna be a Jedi.
I hope not.
I think this is something with she's got a connection somewhere, but I don't think I think it's just she's learning to tap into whatever it is that she does have.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something else
Yeah.
that Ahsoka
True.
sees.
We're gonna wait and see. Reserving judgment. I do wonder that when is she ever going to find out about Bo-Katan taking back Mandalore?
Like, where
Sure.
are we?
I just
All
want them
this is happening.
all to come together.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
That's the Dave Filoni movie.
I know.
Which
I'm
mean,
excited
is-
about it.
Obviously, they are building up to that. Like, I think it's very clear with the Mandalorian season 3 ended. Now there are rumors that we're gonna get a movie instead of a season 4 for the Mandalorian.
And they're all
Uh,
fighting Thrawn.
which is why I'm afraid of the end of this season.
But we'll get a lot more Thrawn in a movie.
But we have to
But
wait
I need-
longer.
Yeah, that's it, Brandy. I want Thrawn now.
Now.
She needs it.
Sorry.
She needs the release. She's been holding off for years.
Oh,
it's built
dear.
up. It's
Exactly.
just. It's.
I'm
Look,
feeling it.
Sorry.
I'm feeling it.
The church needs its sacrifice.
Look, it's
Okay.
just Lars because it is so great. I want to see him. I want to see Throne. His big fucking brain and everything, and be like, you fucking bitches. You thought you got rid of me, but I'm still here.
If he comes on screen like that, Lily, Jesus Christ.
Like kicks through the door. It's like he kicks through the door. It's like, what up, bitches and bros and hoes? What the fuck's up? Boom. Thrawn, MC Thrawn in the house, motherfucker. And like he starts a rap. He still got his cowboy hat on. He's just like, howdy, partner. I'm Commander Thrawn. Put him up, bitches.
Rode in here on a Purrgil.
Yeah. I parked in that front. Hope that's okay, man. Where the fuck is this going?
I have no idea.
Cowboy Thrawn.
Cowboy Throne. Dave Filoni, please bring in Throne sooner than later. Thank you very much. That's the message of this episode. I think I'm crying from laughter. It's all good.
So good.
Anyway, this was us talking about Ahsoka episode 3, Time to Fly, and it's time for us to fuck off. But before we do that, let's just quickly say that if you want to catch us early, you can do it by becoming a member on CouchSoup.com. It's very fun. We are very nice people. You can have chats with us. We are so fun to be around. And you can catch the episode earlier than the others on YouTube. So, that's also a benefit. And just don't forget to subscribe to this channel and find us on podcasts as well if you don't want to see our beautiful faces, which is like erased because
It's fair.
look
It's
at
fair.
us. We're so
Look.
pretty.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But beautiful. And if you want to become a member of the Church of the Blue Beauty, Booty, sorry, Beauty as well, because he's beautiful, but Booty, then you can either find me, the leader of the church, Lily Kay, or Tom, my, next in line. Don't kill me, Tom. But
No, that was the established. I just have to double check that you were committed. That's all.
Yeah, I am committed. Throne is the best.
And I'm a
Long
member
live
of
Throne.
the Murder Bot fan club. So there we
Yes, you can find Brandy for that.
Yeah.
And if you want the Ezra fan club, that's Steph.
The Ezra Support Club.
There you go. So now you can find us all, whatever your whatever
He's
you
not
decide.
dark side.
He can be. He can
Yeah.
be. Yeah. We'll see. There's 5 episodes left, so we're gonna see. All right. See you all next time, and until then, watch more Star Wars and bye. Fuck off, Tom.
You hear me? You there? Hello? Anybody there? All right. I got so much to say.